Hello everybody, welcome to today's stream. We are going to be doing some painting. That'll be pretty fun, right? I got my whole little setup here. I got this gentleman right here, looking wonderful. You know, it's a memorial piece. Those always hit very near and dear to heart. So, without further ado, let's get this party started, shall we? We have them all set up. I'll probably scrape off just a little bit of that paint. But I'm going to be painting the penny, okay? Let's start off with a song, shall we? Materialized guitar. Whoosh. Thank you. What's up, my friends? It's time again for us to be the very best version of ourselves we can be. I'm gonna paint, and it'll be great, with only time for love and not a single bit for hate. So the piece you see right behind me is a memorial piece. It's of a brave young man that gave his life for the protection of the great country of the United States of America. Now, you know I'm a hippie. Shoot. On the shirt behind me it says Peace, Love, and Andrewphysics. But, you know, I respect anybody who fights for something they believe in. So whether your position is for or against or whatever, any of that realm, I just ask today that you look upon this young man as we paint. This piece is going to be for his mother. It's a memorial piece. And on the bottom, you'll see that there's two halves of a coin, the front and the back. The front is the front of a Lincoln penny. And the back side says, I love you, a great big giant penny. Now, I was asked to include that quote because it's something that him and his mother used to say to each other when he was younger. So, I'm going to paint these two halves the color of a penny. A nice, worn, shiny penny. Alright, everyone? So for this, I'm going to keep it pretty simple. I'm going to make the penny look like a penny. So, let's get a little copper paint. That's going to be right. Oh gosh, it's beautiful. So, I'm going to get painting. Now the brush I have, it's kind of a fan brush, you know. I'm just going to start with the main area. So I'm going to dip it, and I'm going to apply a pretty thick coat. This is metallic, so I want it to last. And you look at that, right off the bat, looking amazing. I will come back and do all the engraved ones in just a bit. But right now, I'm focusing on the outside. I love that copper look. It's very, very nice. But yeah, a penny of significance. A lot of people don't necessarily know this unless they've served. But depending on which coin you leave on a gravesite, it means how you were related to that fallen individual. Whether you were in the same platoon, whether you were in the same squad, whether you served side by side. Depending on what it is, as memorial, you'll leave a penny, a nickel, a dime, or a quarter. Quarter meaning that you had actually served side by side with that individual. So So if you ever see coins on a headstone, never take them off, especially if they're military. They mean a lot to someone. That's not the reason for this, though. Over here on the right, you see it says, "I love you," a great big giant penny. That's what him and his mother would say. So in order to memorialize the beautiful bond this gentleman and his mother had, this piece that is being sent to her as a memorial piece has that phrase included. Something beautiful, you know. So I'm just painting, making it look like copper. Nowadays, pennies are just copper on the outside. For a while, they were solid copper, I think up until 1982. So pennies from before and during 1982 are solid copper. Pennies after that date are zinc covered in copper. So the more you know, I suppose. Oh, that's looking amazing. I love it. Within the letters, I'm going to go a little bit deeper. But I'll come back with a darker color. That way they can have that accent, you know. But now, just coming around with the copper to give it that gorgeous little penny look. Oh, I love that. Interesting to note, copper is actually one of the metals of antiquity. The metals of antiquity being gold, silver, copper, tin, and iron. You know, the 5 main metals. From those, for example, if you wanted to make brass, or you wanted to make bronze, or you wanted to make steel, you know. Be a combination of those. Stainless steel, it's a different alloy altogether. It's based on steel, but it also has chromium in it. But the metals of antiquity, gold, silver, copper, tin, and iron. Another reason those metals were popular is because of their melting points. Easier to work with. They're also softer. Gold, silver, copper, tin. They're all softer metals. Oh, and I can't forget lead. Lead is a very soft one. And that's the reason why it's so darn popular. A lot of people believe that Rome was destroyed because of lead. The Romans had very advanced water transport systems. They were called aqueducts. And they were made a large part of lead. Now lead, with prolonged exposure, can cause brain damage, psychosis, schizophrenia, lots of issues. So a lot of people for a long time thought, oh, you know what? It was because of the lead that Rome fell. But that's not entirely true. See, the thing about lead is that after it's exposed to water for a bit, it forms an oxide, which is a protective layer. It keeps lead from leaching into the water. And especially given that the aqueducts had water constantly moving, there wasn't much time for a lot of lead to be absorbed. But now, a large part of the Roman Empire falling is most large entities under a certain type of governing agent. After a while, they fall. There's no going around it. That is a beautiful copper penny. I look forward to the mother receiving this piece. I know it'll mean a lot to her. It's interesting too because, and I know I've said it before, with every memorial piece I've done, even though I don't know the person in person, their face stays in my head, for the rest of my life. You gotta realize I stare at these pieces for hours and hours and hours, again and again. But I think it's beautiful. Especially with this type of profession as an artist. These are individuals I otherwise never would have known. And then I start to feel something. It's a crazy experience. I'm adjusting this real quick. And then I'll scrape a little paint off this gentleman's eye. Just a bit, just a snipple Deutsch, There we go. Fix the U a little bit. Perfect. Make sure that the A looks nice. Gorgeous. And let's touch up that G. Beautiful. Alrighty. So now, what I can do is I can touch up that penny with the copper, and I can do the other side. Shall we? Oh no, I just like playing with knives. Nobody try that at home, I guess. I can't stop you though. Ready? Let's see that. It's so pretty. I love it. Yummy, yummy, yummy. Alrighty. Let's do this side of the penny now. I'm wondering if I should do the ring around it too. I'll see. Ah, that's looking pretty. Real nice copper look on that penny. I love it when I drop some metallics on the artwork. It always gives it such a good look. Whether it's copper, gold, silver, bronze. I do some glow in the dark, which always comes out amazing. Gorgeous. Simply gorgeous. Every brush stroke is full of love, No matter how long it takes me to do a piece, I never try to rush it. Because, how long will it take me? 5, 10, 15 hours, depending on the complexity of the piece. That's nothing compared to how long somebody else will keep it. How long somebody else will see it every day of their life, or look fondly upon it. Shoot. There's been pieces that have been around now for 11 years. Can you believe that? Over a decade. People still looking at them every day. Still hanging in living rooms, hanging in hallways. So that's why I never try to rush the work. There's no point. There really is no point. I work pretty fast considering the amount of effort that goes into every piece, but I don't rush it. There we go. Nice stroke. Don't want to get paint where it doesn't belong. There we go. And then what I'll come back and do is I'll touch up the insides of the letters with a little bit of watered down paint so that there can be a contrast. Because the penny material is super nice, but I want to put just a little sheen in there, just so we can have that contrast, There we go. The other day I actually found a lucky penny, and I don't have it on me, but I didn't pick it up, and I'll tell you why. There's nothing more fun than finding a coin on the street, right? So what I oftentimes like to do is I'll just throw them. If I have coins in my pocket, I'll leave them places, I'll set them places, I'll throw them. And it could be argued, Andrew, if you were to save up those coins, over the course of the year, they'd be worth hundreds of dollars. And yeah, I get that. There's been plenty of times in my life where I was counting quarters or counting pennies, But I'm not losing that money, I'm not throwing it away. When I leave coins places, I'm purchasing, almost. I'm funding the notion that it's going to make somebody's day. And you never know what somebody might be going through. If it's a good day, if it's a bad day, if it's a hard day. Shoot, it's the day that they lost somebody, You can never tell. So, I feel that that's a very small price to pay, throwing coins, just to spread a little happiness in this world. At least to me. Oh, that's coming out nice. It's coming out very, very nice. I love it. Just get lost in it, It's a beautiful experience. I love it, They say if you do what you love, you never work a day in your life. That's a lie. There's been nights where I've been up until 4 a.m. just working when I had woken up at 7 a.m. And it can feel a little bit like work, yeah. But not every day is just going to be painting and chatting and having fun playing guitar. But I do love the whole experience. I wouldn't trade this for anything. It might not pay much, but it's not something I'm going to look back at and think, oh man, I wasted that time. Because, you know, there's jobs where it'll be like, you know, you live for the weekend. You live for the couple of vacation days a year. And honestly, I don't want to hate 5/7 of my life. You know, I want to live just for the weekend. I don't think that's something that works for me. 'Cause I don't want to live for the weekend. I don't want to waste my life away. I don't want to have to work for the man while my soul's eating away. While I play by all the rules, the taxes and the fees. But I always want to work independently. I like the freedom that comes with it, you know? I like the opportunity to be like, hey, today's 8-hour shift is gonna result in someone being happy. You know, making a piece for somebody. Making anybody's life a little bit brighter. A little more artistic, a little more positive, a little more fun. Or something like that, I don't know. I'm going to be dripping the black paint into the art piece. So what I need to do is take it down from here. Art piece. I'm going to lay it down. And then I'm going to drip a very small amount of watered down black paint into there to give it some contrast. Little black paint in the copper. Mix it up with the water. Fully homogenized. And now we have the shadow that we're going to be using for the inside of the letters that we're just going to try to just drip in there real light. Perfect. There we go. There we go. So now, after that, let me wipe off any excess that got on the edges. And perfect. We now have shading in the penny. I'll actually scooch that a bit closer so you can see. Boom. Boom. It looks gorgeous in the light, right? So I'm just going to do that to the rest of the recessed areas. done with this beautiful piece. I don't want it fully black, because that'll take away from the copper look. All I want is for it to look slightly darker. That's it. Because, you know, that's how it is with pennies, the ways they tarnish. It's not full-on patilla, but that contrast is what makes all the difference. Gorgeous, simply gorgeous. All right. And by having the art piece down like this, flat, it's able to fit into the curves without dripping, because I watered it down. And after I fill in all the areas, just like this, gorgeous. I'll come back with a quick wiping, just to wipe off whatever's on the surface. And there we have it. Beautiful. Simply beautiful. As you can see, now there's dimension to the penny. Now you can make it out clearly, concisely, easily readable, even when the light doesn't hit it right. I'm going to scrape off just a tiny bit of that paint. I'm not too fond of that white paint there. Let me see, right here. There we go, that looks good. Nice, nice, nice. Anywhere else? Good, good. Alright, we look good. It's beautiful. One more time, right? Look at that, pennies. Beautiful. I love it. It's gorgeous. Everybody, let's do the outro song, shall we? Go, but I have to, so I'll go out on some music, okay? smells so good. I knew it would, 'cause I did it with you. Oh, 'cause I would. Yeah, we had some fun, but now the stream is done. Yeah, the stream is done. We had a good time. We had a blast. I'm taking these moments and I'm trying to make them last. Never know what I'm gonna do, but I really don't care, as long as all my online friends are there. Hey, you know I'm serious, right, guys? Today was pretty fun. You see that thing behind me? Came out pretty nice. That's my work. This whole streaming thing, this whole vibing thing, you know, it's not a job. It's not work. You know what it is? I'll tell you. It's having fun with all my online friends. We're gonna be streaming till the very end. We'll do some working, do some arts, and when the stream is through, I'm glad I was sharing my time with you. You and you. So I bid you all adieu. You and you and you and you and you and you. That's the stream. Thank you everybody for coming out. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. You know how I end it? I end it with peace. I end it with love. I end it with peace and love. And you can get these on the link tree. And all the type of artworks that come with it. Anyway, later on, everybody.